Jonathan Allen joins us. He's a White House bureau chief for Politico, and Amie Parnes is a White House correspondent for the Hill newspaper in Washington. Jonathan and Amie, welcome Big 550 KTRS here in St. Louis.
Thank you for having us.
Your new book is HRC, all about Hillary Rodham Clinton. First question for either one of you. Is she running for president?
Yes. She's been running for president ever since the 2008 campaign. We go into deep detail in the book about all the things she's done to build her operation, all of the things that Bill Clinton did to build the family's political network outside of the State Department while she was there. This book is about what she's been doing the last 5 years, and a lot of it has been preparing to run for president. The question now isn't whether she'll run, but whether she'll stop running. Certainly there's some small percentage chance of that, but all indications are this is a go.
And so the book sort of less details how she has basically transformed herself from what she was in 2008 to what she is now, which is a much better candidate for president, correct?
Well, she'll definitely be one of the most experienced candidates running for the presidency. But I think what she did, she tried to learn a lot of lessons after 2008. One was involving technology. The President Obama's campaign at the time ran circles around her campaign in terms of technology. So she applied those lessons at state. But she also learned to embrace the fact that she's a woman candidate, and I think she is going to you'll see a different Hillary Clinton in the 2016 campaign.
What kind of Hillary Clinton will we see?
I think you'll see one who is much more aware of the need to surround herself with competent campaign professionals instead of just her loyalists. I think there was a tremendous arrogance in 2008, an aura of inevitability, not just around her, but one that she and her staff helped create. That's not helpful to her as a candidate. You got to be humble as a candidate. You've got to have professionals around you, not just your top friends, but people who can speak truth to you. So I think that's one thing where it would be surprising if she didn't come out having learned that lesson. Another thing is I think she's learned the power of technology. Barack Obama used social media and other technological advancements to run circles around her in 2008. At the State Department, she was really at the forefront of the government use of technology, understanding social media and other forms of technology is not just communication tools, but also political organizing tools and fundraising tools, and helping use those to advance American interests abroad. So I think that has a very clear domestic application. It's something she worked on building up at State, a tech team around her, and I would expect some of those people that worked for her at the State Department on tech issues to assist on a campaign, and some of them to actually be hired by a campaign.
The book is called HRC, and it's getting a lot of attention. Jonathan Allen and Amie Parnes are the authors. Now, how much of this technology did she come up with on her own and her people, and how much did President Obama say, we've created the master here, take what we have and run with it?
Well, it's interesting. I don't think she personally came up with any of it. In fact, we have a nugget in the book, as sort of a scene where she's meeting with some high-tech executives, and she says, look, I understand that what you do is important. I sort of understand how it works, but I obviously am not the innovator here, so you guys should use me like an app. And I think that was sort of her view. It's interesting, she hired one of Barack Obama's campaign advisors on technology to come to the State Department, a guy named Alec Ross. We go into deep detail about how he was helpful to her. So there was some borrowing from Obama, but not in a sort of direct way. It was more using the same talent.
Take me back to 2008. It was a pretty heated primary with her and then Senator Obama. How much did she work the room to get asked to become Secretary of State?
She actually didn't want it. The president, senator at the time, had to really, really work for her to get on board. He called her a few times. They met in Chicago. Called him one night and conditions, and that was an indication that she was willing to get on board. But it was a long and involved process.
That's the best thing she ever could have done to help her reputation, no? No?
Well, yeah, I think it speaks to her desire to remain in politics and to take another run at the presidency. I think had she, especially after it had been out there for a while that she had been offered the job, it started to become a question of whether he would suffer politically for her saying no. And once that became a question, it would have destroyed her within the Democratic Party probably to say no. So I think she kind of had to make a decision at that point about whether she wanted to keep the 2016 option open, and obviously she did keep that option very open.
The book is called HRC. Jonathan Allen, Amie Parnes are the authors. How is she going to handle the Benghazi question?
I think it's tricky for her. You know, Republicans are they're already telling us that she can get used to seeing an ad that Romney was going to use about her. It was her 3 a.m. call. She wasn't there. And they're going to keep playing this ad. They're going to keep reminding. I think it's topic number one for them. And I think you're going to see them hit her very hard on this. And they're already saying she can get used to seeing it.
Does she have an answer for it?
I don't think she's given an answer to this point that will be satisfactory on a presidential campaign trail. I think she's said that she is responsible, but not to blame. She has said that it's her biggest regret at the State Department. I think it would be shocking if it wasn't her biggest regret for Americans losing their lives. But I also think that the issue of Benghazi has yet to move out from being one of a Republican base issue to really capture the hearts and minds of independents or even Democrats. And Republicans are going to have to make that case in order to get her to answer more. If they are able to make it an issue that independents and Democrats care about, then she'll have to come up with a better answer.
The Bill Clinton question: where is he? Is he want her to run? Is he? What's going to happen to him in the next election cycle?
I think he definitely wants her to run. He's obviously her biggest advocate. Sometimes he can hurt her, as we saw in 2008. So the bigger question is, how does he help her? And I think they're going to use him in the same way they used that Barack Obama used him, which was to go out and speak to larger groups on the trail, not so much one-on-one with the press. He's bigger as the so-called explainer-in-chief, so I think that's how they're going to use him to benefit her.
Did Hillary help you at all, or did you talk with her while writing this book?
Well, it's been reported that we spoke with her, and we may have agreements that preclude us from acknowledging that directly. I can just say that we were very happy with the access that we got. We talked to more than 200 people for this book. A good number of them were Clinton insiders. Some of them were her enemies and adversaries. But we feel like we've gotten as close to Hillary Clinton as anybody has in terms of journalists or authors in a very, very long time. And we've got original reporting in here that you won't see anywhere else, including quotes from Hillary Clinton that you won't see anywhere else. So buy the book.
That's Jonathan Allen, who is a great marketer, and Amie Parnes. The book is called HRC. Amie and Jonathan, thanks for checking in. Have a good day. Good luck with the book.
Thanks
Take
so
care.
much.
You got it. The book is called HRC. Pick it up in fine
Very
bookstores
interesting.
or at an app near you. It's 8:30 here on the
Okay,
Big
Cleveland.
550 KT.